Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. I have an interesting update to share about one of Trump's Capitol insurrectionists. It's time for an episode of Where Are They Now?
Matthew Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
So Dustin Thompson is a 36, maybe 37-year-old man by this time. I'm not sure. He was 36 when he was arrested, but he's from Ohio. He was seen on surveillance video entering and inside the Capitol. He was with his friend, Robert Lyon, who's another January 6th defendant. And you may remember this case because Thompson is accused of stealing a coat rack and a bottle of bourbon from one of the offices in the Capitol. Both he and Lyon were seen entering an office, and then they exited with the coat rack, and then they were seen entering another office, and they were then seen exiting with a bottle of bourbon. And Thompson was holding the coat rack. He was outside of the building by this point in the afternoon, and he was approached by an officer who told him to drop it. Well, he did, and he ran, and he left his friend behind to be questioned by the authorities. And Lyon, his friend, told the officer that Thompson was responsible for the theft. Well, in hearings, Thompson's attorney said that his client entered the Capitol because he was, quote, inspired by Donald Trump's election fraud lies. So Thompson who was arrested on January 25th, and he was indicted on charges of obstructing an official proceeding, theft of government property, entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and 1 count of parading or demonstrating in a Capitol building. He is now facing up to 20 years in prison for that one charge of obstructing an official proceeding. And now he's done something really intriguing. Thompson wants to call Trump and his allies to testify as witnesses in his case. And his attorney, a man named Samuel Szymanski, has filed a request with the court asking that the U.S. Marshals be allowed to serve subpoenas to Donald Trump, Sidney Powell, Rudy Giuliani, Lin Wood, and Steve Bannon. So these new filings state that these witnesses were, quote, involved in the planning and execution of the attempt to disrupt the certification of the 2020 presidential election. And they explain their request for the involvement of the U.S. Marshals by saying, quote, considering the significant roles these witnesses play in the legal and political communities and the evasiveness that some have historically shown in the face of court orders, defendant submits that appointment of the U.S. Marshal Service is necessary in order to effectuate his right to compulsory process and ensure that the same is accomplished expeditiously. So Szymanski was interviewed by Newsweek, news outlet, and he told the news outlet, quote, Trump and his allies made an intentional effort to brainwash citizens and use them as pawns, as puppets, as tools to meet their goals. And that's why this Save America rally was hatched and created. And that's why Trump lied to people in an effort to whip them up into a frenzy and get them to do his bidding. And unfortunately, people were duped into following his request. So this is very interesting, right? This is a January 6th defendant that I would gladly send money to. Can you imagine the position that it puts these people in? You've got Powell, Wood, Giuliani. They're already in scalding hot water in regard to lawsuits against them. They're all at risk of losing their licenses to practice law. They would be forced onto the witness stand, and then they have to make a decision. They either have to lie under oath, which puts them at further risk of losing everything, or they have to come clean. They have to admit that they made it all up, that this was all based on conspiracy theories spun by basically nutcases, and that they basically got this stuff off the internet and they had no significant basis for any of it. So I will definitely keep you guys posted on this story, but I find this really interesting. I think this is awesome. I am really hoping that the judge says, yes, okay, let's get the U.S. Marshals to serve them, because this is going to expose Trump. Can you imagine if he is served with this and then he refuses? I mean, that would be even better if all of these people try to refuse, they try to fight this in court, and they don't want to have to go on the witness stand for this guy. That will expose all of their lies, all of their bullshit and fabrication to everybody who believed them. Because why wouldn't Trump step up, right? This guy went to the Capitol, put his future on the line for Trump. And then Trump and all of his people who were saying 1776, oh, you guys gotta risk your lives. You literally have to put your lives on the line. That was what Lynn Wood said in not so many words. They were literally telling people on social media at rallies that, you know, some people died in 1776. You guys have to be willing to go there. You have to be willing to take it as far as you have to take back our country, to right this wrong. But yet they, I guarantee, will fight it and not want to have to show up for this guy. That will speak volumes. How will they explain that? No, I don't want to have to come and give the evidence that I say I have. I don't want to have to show the Kraken in this case. Oh, this is going to be so good on so many levels. So anyway, guys, I'll keep you posted. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care. I'll talk with you soon.